Spirits of the West. Is not that accent at all.
Okay.
All right.
You read your shirt. Okay.
Yeah, I read my shirt.
Jeez.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Matt and Fiona Show. Thank you so much for joining us today. Do us a favor. You know the drill. Go like, share,
subscribe.
She knows the drill. Some of you maybe don't, but you know. Alrighty. Today we are going to kick it off with a wonderful conversation.
Absolutely.
About defining success. All right. Again, I don't have a story for this one of how we got here.
I think
I saw something, I wrote it down. It was intriguing to me.
it was inspiring.
Yes. I love being inspired.
You were inspired by it. It was thought-provoking.
Thought-provoking.
Mm-hmm.
And thus we decided we would provoke your thoughts today. Sure.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Not everything needs a story, honey.
No, but they usually have a story.
They usually do.
All right, now we have a story on it.
This moment right here.
All right, let's talk about it. Defining success. This has a wide-ranging number of applications, we could say. It applies in your work, your business, your family, your relationship with your spouse, your children, your relationship with God, a whole number of things. What I want to kind of start with is we'll start with for kicks and giggles, we'll start with the family side.
Great, let's do it.
Then we'll go to business, and then we'll see where we get. All right. We are obviously married.
Yep.
We also have a couple of kids.
Actually, technically, we have a few kids. A couple is 2. We have 3.
So that's a few?
We have a few kids.
Okay. We have a few kids.
Or we have 3.
I was going to say a handful, but we do not have 5. So
3. Let's just stick to numbers.
We don't have a chairlift full, unless you're one of those weird hills that has a 3-pack. There's a handful, but they're weird. 3-packs are weird. They're 4-packs. 4-packs, 6-packs, 8s, 2s, and if you're Mad River Grand in Vermont, you have a 1.
Ooh.
All right.
Anyway.
We went down a weird rabbit hole.
No, it's not for you.
No, not at all.
Not for you. No.
All right. In your relationship with your spouse, in your relationship with your children, and as specifically as you're raising your children, I think it's very important to determine how you define success.
Yes.
Right? If you're talking about the relationship with your spouse, a successful relationship with your spouse should have a definition of what you're kind of shooting for in that relationship, right? Because you can have a marriage that's good. You can have a marriage that's successful. You can have a marriage that is what you want it to be.
Right.
But if you don't define it, and if you don't express to your spouse what you want that relationship to look like, you will be constantly frustrated.
Now, in that, I will just say
or impressed.
Hopefully impressed.
Yeah, like they could supersede what you're expecting. Look at me being positive.
Way to go, honey.
Yes.
Not the issue. It's not an issue
No.
by any means. But one of the things to understand is on both sides, in order to have a successful marriage, both spouses require to desire a successful marriage.
100%.
It has to be a two-way street.
Yes.
For lack of a better.
Yeah, it's a partnership.
Yes.
But again, you have to be able to define that.
And vocalize
define what
it,
that looks like.
Work it, build it up.
Yep.
And I mean, I can only say that because when we first got married 19 years ago, we had to put in some extra work in the beginning.
Yes, we did.
No, but that also came. You're so funny.
I know.
So funny.
I couldn't let it go.
I promise you, we have a successful marriage.
Yeah, I think so.
I said it.
Because it's well defined.
Yes, it is. But, in the beginning, and you had to be willing to do this and willing to listen, but in the beginning, we had a lot of late night conversations. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of sleepless nights, and we had a lot of working with each other to work through things to figure out, I don't want to say where our issues were, but where our differences lied, or where we had misunderstandings. Maybe that's a better way to put it. And we had to I had to work at understanding him. He had to work at understanding me.
Yep.
We had to listen to each other.
And define those goals.
And absolutely. And define those goals, where we saw each other, what we wanted, how we wanted to get through. What areas, honestly, even in some cases, what areas with that success needed to shift and change.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm going to throw this in there too.
Okay.
One of the things that came through with that also is, I don't want to say in private, but in private, praying for each other.
Yeah.
Right. There's an element of here, and then there's an element of here, which is essentially what we talked about last week with our
horizontal versus vertical.
Right, but our vertical relationship with our Heavenly Father.
Yep.
And in order to have a successful, talk with my hands a lot.
Yep.
Who knows?
I get stabbed a lot.
I won't hurt you. But in order to have a successful, I'll keep it down here.
Then they can't see it.
In order to keep a successful relationship this way on the horizontal, the best way to have that horizontal relationship be a success is to also include
have a vertical,
which simply goes down to that 3-chord strand is not easily broken, right?
I think when it comes to your children, right, and I think this is the one that, not to say it's not applicable in marriage, because it is, but I think this is a really important and often overlooked aspect of raising children, right? You have to continually define for them what success is, right? And again, this applies in literally every area of their life.
Yep.
Especially when they're little, right? Successfully cleaning their room.
Right.
Right? Is, in our youngest cases, in the case of our youngest, is taking all of his stuffies and literally anything and everything that he owns and stuffing it between his bed and the wall and covering it with his blanket. And thus he has
cleaned his room.
Been successful at cleaning his room. We are in the process of defining for him what cleaning his room actually means in our eyes.
And we're doing it in small steps.
Yes.
So right now,
we're allowing him to achieve success.
Yes.
By
baby steps,
making it accessible for him. And, again, this goes with the simplistic example of that all the way to school and schoolwork, right? And what we deem, successful work in their schoolwork is.
Absolutely.
And what that looks like. And I think one of the things that gets, again, I've seen this a lot over the years, mainly in, believe it or not, working with clients. Because when we do residential, we're in a lot of people's homes.
Yeah.
And you hear a lot when you're there, even if you don't mean to.
Right.
You're we are never looking for stuff, but you hear it because sometimes you're there a lot in the field in which we work.
Right.
But I am continually amazed at how often I hear parents talking to their kids about a failure. Right? And it's often a failure because they didn't achieve whatever that goal was.
Right.
But often they didn't know what the expectation
Right.
of their parents were, and thus it was they didn't know what they were shooting for. Right? They didn't know what they were trying to achieve because the parent never expressed what that was.
And just talking about the shifting and whatnot, I literally this afternoon had a conversation with our son. Mm-hmm. And obviously the 5-year-old, we are working on.
Is that the one we're talking about?
No.
Okay.
Well, that was the one we were talking about. The 5-year-old was, let's learn how to successfully clean your room. Mm-hmm. Honestly, right now, for him, we want to successfully write your letters properly.
Yes.
And I told him now, that is our main focus. Let's get to, because he wants to start the everything he wants to do from the bottom up. Well, right now, we are working at successfully going top to bottom.
Right.
And with our oldest, I had a conversation with him today. One of the things we are working on, we want him to learn how to successfully receive instruction. Mm-hmm. And right now, that is we've got the language, we've got the math, we've got the spelling, we've got all of that. He is very smart and extremely capable, but he doesn't like when he gets things wrong and he has to be corrected.
Right.
Or he doesn't like it when
Instruction
he
is not
doesn't
great.
know how to do it and I try to teach him. Mm-hmm. So currently right now, in order to be successful, our goal, and we this afternoon we sat and we said it, is to learn how to be teachable.
Yeah.
And his standard for success right now is that one. And we told him, we're like, look, if you're here, even whether people, it doesn't matter where other people are, because we never really care where people are. They're all up and down the gamut. But if he's here, if he doesn't allow himself to be teachable, he'll go up. Mm-hmm. But he'll hold himself back. But if he can work at being teachable, he'll be able to get so much more further ahead. Mm-hmm. I was at a school group thing, sport
event
today.
Gathering.
A gathering. With some parents and kids that they're all homeschooled. And I was talking with the mother today, and one of the moms is trying to do, which I thought was really awesome. What she's trying to do this year is she is at the beginning of every month getting a goal from each of her kids. Well, the kids she homeschools, she's got 6 of them. So,
good Lord.
Yes.
That's a lot.
So
more power to you.
Yes. The 3 or 4 of them that are.
That's 2 chairlifts.
At that. That are at that rage point. One thing she's trying to do this year is at the beginning of the month, setting goals. What do you want to achieve by the end of the month? And they're not just talking about, well, I want to learn my multiplication tables, although that may be something.
A goal, yeah.
But it's some of it could even be to get through my work without crying, right? I mean, it doesn't.
It's a problem for me most days.
I'm just saying, right? Like everybody's level of success, everybody's goal is going to be different.
Yeah.
But what she wants to start doing is, okay, at the beginning of every month, what is your goal for this month? This is what we're doing. She's already got her curriculum, but what is your goal? What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to be at the end of the month? And then at the end of the month, sitting down, and being like, okay, here was your goal. Did you meet it? Were you 50% the way there? Where do you stand on your way to that goal? Do we need to adjust the goal, increase the goal, shift the goal, or can we check it off, or do we need to pull it one more month? And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to her, and I was like thinking to myself, what a great way to take that focus of the schoolwork on your kids so they recognize the requirements. And so they can have a critical thought about what's important to them for that month. Yeah. And it's giving them something that they chose to achieve. So they're choosing what success is. Yep. And then they are the ones that are driving themselves to meet success with the guidance of the parents. And I mean, I took it and I was like, I might take that and put that in my back pocket and see if just through conversation, I mean, and we've tried stuff like that on and off, but not in such a deliberate
Yes.
way.
I really, what caught me off guard with this topic, what inspired me,
Inspired you, yes.
was we've all heard, this is nothing new. I'm completely aware of this, but it's a different way to think about a lot of different things,
Right.
right? And or different applications to it of defining success,
Right.
right? And I find that so often all it takes is a little tweak to the way you think about something to go, oh my gosh, I can apply this in a different way, even though I know this,
Right.
but I can apply it and it clicks. And again, you can be more successful at whatever it is you're trying to do. But it reminds me of a story that I don't think was anything specific to this individual, because I've heard it a lot of times from a lot of different preachers specifically. And it's the story of, a lady coming up for prayer, right? She comes up to the front of the church and she's asking for prayer, and the preacher comes over and goes, honey, what can we pray for you today? I need increase. And the preacher reaches in his pocket and goes, the Lord's got you, and pulls out a quarter and goes, here you go. Be blessed. And she goes, no, that's not what I mean.
Right.
I need increase. And he goes, did you have a quarter before? No. I'm like, now you do. You have increased 25 cents.
Right.
And that is tongue in cheek, and it's a little comical, and it does get the point across of whether it's family, whether it's church, whether it's your business, if you don't define what you're looking for, right? And to further the spiritual aspect of this, if you don't define what you're believing God for, right? If you're believing God for healing and just healing, and you don't have scriptures that define that, you don't have information from your doctor of what type of healing you need.
Right.
If you don't have a focus on what that is, does that mean that God can't heal you? Not at all. But you're not very directed.
Right.
You're just, I'm praying, Lord, for healing. Not, Lord, I need you to heal this issue in this part of my body.
Right.
I'm looking for this.
Right.
Right? If you're believing God for increase and success, like we pray with the kids every night about that they will be, the head, not the tail, that they will see increase in everything they touch, that they will be successful with everything that they put their hands to.
Right.
Right? And again, that's great. It's a great generic prayer. As they grow and as they develop, we own a couple of businesses. We have defined success. And one is more defined than the other because the other one is still growing.
Right.
And we're still trying to determine what success for that business for this year looks like.
Right.
Right? But if you don't have that defined and you're going to God saying, Lord, I need increase in my business.
No, the only thing I'm going to say to that is at the beginning of the year, we had said with this business, we are going to get this, and this accomplished.
100%.
And because for us, if we could get these elements in order, then that is heading in the direction.
Heading in the direction
Can't
of...
say it without. And so we've been able to every single one of those things, and it's only September.
Yep.
I think there's only one thing left that we still need to
I think so.
do.
Yeah. But, again, like we are, to pick on the one for a moment, we are believing for great success with that one.
Right.
Right? We are believing God for it. We are praying for favor, for increase, for more jobs, for better jobs, for higher dollar value jobs, all of these things, right? If I had not, or if we had not defined that,
Right.
right? and continue to evolve that definition. That definition is increasing as we are increasing as we are meeting those goals. But today I was on site and we added 3 little things. We also talked about one big thing, but we added 3 little things to the scope of work. I didn't do this, but I probably should have. Thank the Lord for it.
Right?
Right? And again, I went from the job to dinner to kids to bed to this, but that's not the increase I'm looking for.
Right.
I'm not ungrateful. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is my definition of success is not adding those 3 little aspects to this job.
Right.
Even though they are great and we are thankful for them.
Right.
It is the bigger one that we're talking about.
Yes.
That one fits my definition of success for additional work.
Right.
Right? If you don't define what that is, then what does the Lord have to work with?
Yeah.
Right? It is so great to walk in faith and to, believe God for things. What I see that handcuffs God a lot is either a gross exaggeration of something that is attainable, right? You have very little faith. You have faith as small as a mustard seed, which again can move mountains, but you have a hard time believing God for the small little addition to the project, but you want the $10 million custom build.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
That's not to say God can't do the $10 million custom build, but maybe start with this one.
Yep.
And build your faith up to that $10 million custom build.
Yeah.
Right? If I've defined something, when I go to God, He has a framework to work in.
Well, and you say that, and there's no reason why you can't have that 1 year, the 2 year, the 5 year,
100%,
and the 10 year, right? And I mean,
success evolves.
Well, that's it.
You
right?
don't want to plateau with it, right? And it's the same with kids, right? I don't want an 18-year-old that we are still defining success as writing your letters from the top, not the bottom.
Yeah.
Right? I want to define success for our kids when they hit 18 as like, got into college, if that's what they want to do. Got a car, have a job.
Well.
Right? Like all of these things.
And also, this is the one thing that I'm just going to kind of circle back with.
Circle back.
God can only help you obtain the success you write down if it falls within His
100%.
will for your plan. I know. I can't not.
I'd like to assume that people understand that, but
I know, but
if you didn't,
I sometimes like that.
There you go.
Well, again, you talk about 18 and da 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 da. I want our kids at 18 to be able to be confident in their relationship with God, that they know what to do because by then they're led by Him.
Of course.
By then they know that they can seek God about it. They can come to us about it. They can talk to their pastor about it. Right. And this is one thing that I'm also going to add. Don't look at other people where they are to define your success.
Right.
Because, that's a hard one, especially with social media, with everything in front of your face. Sometimes it's hard, and you could look at somebody and, and we're guilty of it too, where it's like, man, how did they get from this to this? What seemed overnight? And
nobody sees the work.
Nobody sees the work. But also, it is one of those things, we don't know what their family life, how it destroyed their family life, how it destroyed this, how it destroyed that. And it goes on and on and on. Success for us is also ensuring that whatever it is that we do and achieve and accomplish doesn't take away from this and this first, right? But so often I feel like it's so easy to get.
We've also defined our success as that.
Yes, this
right?
is, yes.
Just to do a quick little
Go.
tangent.
Yep.
I get asked all the time how we manage to do all the things we do.
Right. Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
We run a handful of businesses. We are highly involved in our church. We are highly involved in helping our pastors. We are highly involved in a couple other ministries that we do. We run this thing. We've got a lot going
We
on.
homeschool our children.
You homeschool. I drop in every now and again to assist with World War II history
Oh my gosh.
because I'm 65. We've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I get asked a lot how we do everything we do and also how we're so involved in our church.
Right.
That's typically the weird little caveat people give me. Like,
Right.
well, I get the work stuff, but how do you do that? It's part of our definition of our success.
That's very true.
Is that first and foremost, we're going to be able to do whatever A, our pastor needs, and B, whatever the church needs.
Yep.
And, you know, there's a whole lot of things we could get into that I don't want to get into right now for time because I'm respectful of your time. But the main kicker is that is part of our definition
of success. Absolutely.
Is that we are going to do whatever we can to help the church, help the message of God get out. Right. And, you know, this comes back to something that honestly I was focused on before I even met you and before Pastor started Wealth Producers.
Right.
Because this is part and parcel, has evolved into part of the WP teaching.
Right.
Is that our business success is to help fund the gospel.
Yeah.
Right? That is part of our definition of the success of our businesses is it will allow us to help further the gospel.
Right.
To preach the gospel as, you know, to all people.
Right.
Right? And again, whether that's us doing it through this, whether that's us doing it by supporting our local church and all the things we're doing, whether it's supporting the other ministries that we support.
Right.
Right? That is a definition
Absolutely.
of our success.
Absolutely.
And if our businesses were successful, but it didn't allow us the time and freedom and, you know,
ability,
money, for lack of a better term, to sow into those things, we would not have achieved the success that we've currently achieved.
Right.
And again, this is not hey, we're awesome. That's not what I'm saying, because I'm not going to show you what our definition of success is for the future, but it's not where we are today.
Right.
No.
Right?
Like that goal chart, that 5-year outlook is dramatically different than the spot we're sitting, as much as I like this couch, right now.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't define your success and what success means, you'll never achieve it. Right? We can talk about this as far as writing a vision down, making it plain. We can talk this about setting goals. It's one and the same. This is just a different view of goal setting and vision and all of those other things, right? It's, if you want to be successful, what is success to you, and have you defined it?
Right.
Because again, if you don't define it, for a lot of people, and I'll tell you right now, personally, I have multiple definitions.
I was going to say, let me just add this in. There are so many areas, right? And I'm not going off in tangents.
I already did that.
You did. It can be, sometimes success can start as something so small.
Oh, yeah.
And that can even be as learning to have confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you set that as your success, you can move from there. But if you don't achieve or accomplish that first, then you can't go beyond that. Right? So when you're looking at defining success, it's going to be different for each one of us.
Yep.
And if you have to start off small, go ahead.
No, continue. I have a great example that I will use as soon as you are completed.
If you have to start off small, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't base your success on anybody else, but define your success for you.
Yep.
Okay, use your example.
All right, here's my quick example
Okay.
of defining success. We were hanging out with some friends. They were learning how to ski. The husband was not in favor of this. He was not a fan. Didn't like winter, didn't like snow, did not like skiing. We go up to hang out. We go to their local hill.
Mm-hmm.
He's having a rough time. We handle a couple things that he's cautious on, but not comfortable.
Right.
We get over to a section that I wanted to ski, and the kids wanted to ski because they're all a little nuts. We get on this hill, and it's not that steep. It's not that tight. It's just another hill.
Right.
But it looked a little menacing because it was not as wide as the other ones.
Yes.
And he's up at the top and not freaking out, but just he's
uncomfortable.
He is uncomfortable.
Yep.
It's like, I don't think I can make it to the bottom. I'm going to go the other way. I'm like, no, you are not. Come here.
Right.
I ski over and I show him with a pole, like, we're going to do this one turn. We're going to do one turn. We're not skiing the whole hill. We're doing one turn.
Right.
We are going to achieve one turn.
Yeah.
You're going to go from facing east to half a circle to face west. That's what you're going to do in the shape of a pizza. And he did it.
Right.
And he lit up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. Let's do one more.
Right.
Did another one. Like, you did it.
Yeah.
Yay. Give him a gun. No, I didn't give him a gummy bear. I give those to the kids. Did another one. All of a sudden, we're halfway down the hill that he was petrified to ski on.
Yeah.
And he looked at me, he's like, isn't that hard? I'm like, no. It's linking one turn to another turn to another turn till you link them all and you ski like a gazelle. You're welcome. Again, I love skiing. And one of the things I love about it is the whole thing is made up of one turn. Everything you do is just building on, from one turn to the next.
Right.
You just keep stacking them.
Right.
And you can make them small, you can make them big. You do whatever you want, but it's just building those blocks, right? It's running. It's one foot after the other.
Right.
Right? It doesn't matter where you start or how small or big your, that success is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you define success as this massive thing, right? In his case, getting down the entire mountain.
Right.
That's challenging and it's scary.
Yep.
But when you define it as an incremental little step and you slowly build it,
right?
You achieve success, you're happy, you're proud, you've done something,
yep.
You've succeeded.
Yep.
And then you move on to the next.
Yep.
Whether it's life, whether it's business, whether it's church, whether it's your relationship with God, whether it's believing for something.
Yeah, whether it's just your relationship with you.
Yeah. Define success and define something that you can achieve.
Yep.
So that you can stretch that goal.
Yep.
And you can make that definition bigger and broader.
Yep.
And more in depth. You got to start somewhere, but you do it. And as you do it, you're giving yourself somewhere to go.
Yep.
It's so simple, yet complicated, yet simple all at the same time.
Yep. Just start.
Yeah.
Just start.
But define it so that you know where you're going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
All right. We are going to wrap it there because I was incredibly encouraging today.
Yes, you were.
It's turn after turn. Whoosh, whoosh. That's not how you pull plant. Don't do it. All right. We are wrapping today. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, as always, you can like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And otherwise, we will see you next week on another episode of The Matt and Fiona Show. See ya.
Bye now.